When it comes to Roja fragrances, there's a couple of things that comes to mind. Automatically, luxury, opulence, big money talk, and with some of the releases, they're limited to specific places or locations in the world. Now, not all Roja fragrances are for everybody, and then it's hard for you to sample or get an idea of what a Roja fragrance smells like. So 𝗤𝗏 has an interpretation of a 20th anniversary fragrance that is a limited release that's literally retailing around $700. And that fragrance is Roja Haute 20th anniversary. Well, let's see his money sign. But Sammy over at 𝗤𝗏 went and actually bought the bottle and then made his affordable version called Wealth and Builders 20th anniversary with the little metallic plaque on it. Now, there's some Roja fragrances that are also a little bit too opulent and a little bit too mature and for wealth-driven individuals, but when motherfuckers are living off of caviar taste and beer money, we gotta go for the cheaper route. But is it good? Or even worth getting a potential full retail bottle? We'll see. Let's roll my fucking music so we can check out this Roja 20th anniversary interpretation, because it has rhubarb in it. And rhubarb automatically, that's kind of what drew me to the fragrance. Blessed morning, my beautiful peoples. You know who it is. It's your boy, 𝗙𝐶 to the B to the 𝐴. Shout out to 𝗤𝗏 for sponsoring today's video, and I did select this fragrance particularly because of the rhubarb note. When it comes to the Haute lines or the Roja exclusive kind of lines, they're really expensive. A lot of them are like 𝗪𝗔 exclusives or specific to either boutiques or some luxury retailers. This one, I believe, was a 𝗪𝗔 exclusive regarding in celebration of their 20th anniversary of success and space in the perfumery field, so on and so forth. But the note breakdown on this fragrance is crazy extensive and kind of turned me off until I saw the rhubarb energy. Something as simple as a singular note can persuade me or influence me in a particular way to want to see what the bubble, what the scent profile is like. I can't tell you if the fragrance is one-to-one because I haven't smelled the original. I can ask him for a sample of the original, but the fact of the matter is, how many of us are going to spend $600 and some odd on a Roja fragrance? Doubtful. With egg prices, milk prices, rub and tug prices, everything is going up. So what I did was I got the affordable interpretation, and let me break down those notes before we get to sniffing. It's fresh out of the mailbox. I haven't smelled it, so it'll be my first impressions as well as relaying it over to you. Legit, there's like 15 notes in here. Do you guys really want me to read them, or I can just slide them up on the screen and you guys can take a screenshot and read them all? Because what caught my attention really is the aldehydic notes, the amber, the rhubarb specifically. Then it's labdanum, frankincense, musk, and a ton of other fragrances, typical Rosa fashion. And I said Rosa, not Roja. I can't be subliminally mentioning other women's names because my wife will stab me. So let's jump right into this joint and see if it's actually decent or if it's even curious enough for me to want to smell the original. If I wanted to spend the money on the Roja shit, can I do it? Yeah, I can. Do I want to do it? Not for retail. If I get a little discount, maybe if it's good. Let's see if it's in the bubble or in the space of something that might potentially grab our attention. If not, it can go eat a fat one. Right now, okay. So right now, I can tell you right now, it's a very big floral frankincense fragrance, and you're noticing I'm not putting the test strip anywhere near my face because it does not need to at this point. It is literally right around the penile area where I'm holding the test strip currently. I would pan down, but then you would see the small bulge and really belittle me as a human being, and I don't need that in my life.
Jesus Christ.
Very strong incensey florals. I mean, I'm literally just waving it right around my ball sack, and I can smell it perfectly fine. I'm not getting any rhubarb in the air at this point. What I am getting is green, incense. There's a myrrh punch in the scent that I'm smelling. It's like a jasmine white floral scent. There's a little bit of a petty grainish neroli action in the air. All right, I'm bringing it up a little closer because I just want to be able to see if I can pinpoint anything else. This is definitely screaming of opulence and luxury, I can tell you that much. It is more on the wearable side, as to some of these 𝗪𝗔 or limited releases are a little bit too potent and scream like old man rich. This screams like old man rich with style though. All right, very myrrhy frankincense on the test strip. Almost a really dark bitter chocolate with a little bit of a cherry twist. Herbaceous green, slightly mentholic. A lot more wearable than, again, a lot of these limited releases. Very dark, rich, grassy, soily, a little bit of a funk. Like it has mild sprinkles of cumin, like almost BO-ish, but not fully there yet, at least on the test strip. What it does have is a big 𝗙𝗍𝗃 fucking bubble that this atomizer left. Hopefully that indicates the fragrance is decently potent, but it is more tolerable and more wearable than I would have thought. I don't know if I would pay that $600 something for this fragrance, but it's not turning me off either. I'm gonna have to go on skin, which is kind of nerve-wracking. I'm wearing a lot of shit today. All right, let me go over here somewhere. I'm gonna do a mild spray. I don't wanna overdo it because it is a very overpowering, slightly overwhelming fragrance that's just a little bit fucking rough. It's really dense and rich. Like it's almost like you're at a specific altitude and shit and you're like losing breath. Like it's that kind of density in this fragrance. Okay, dirty patchouli, nice ambers coming forward. You still get green, really wet, soily, very nichey. There's no designer aspect here. There's no Baja Panty panty dropping vibes. There is a rich, leathery, like the back seat of a Rolls-Royce Phantom leather seat. There's this slightly animalic, leathery, materialistic, dense, fucking fabric-y material smell that is trying to be coated in a scented vehicle. Like I'm thinking of like a Range Rover autobiography or a Rolls Royce with like dense leather. Then you got really puffy carpets on the floor and the vehicle is equipped with like scented air. You know what I'm saying? Like the system in some of the Mercedes or BMWs that have their own scents coming out of like the fucking dash or whatever. You know, that from millionaire shit.
Big bank, small bank, I like to make money. All right.
The best way I can put this fragrance is very mature, wealthy, and specific to a demographic. I don't think this is for the masses, but I don't think it's off-putting either. So one of the things that I do enjoy about the dual clones and interpretations is that Sammy actually goes to these places and spends tens of thousands of dollars in buying these limited fragrances, especially because he's just obsessive with fragrance and ripping them off. And he likes weird, opulent smells. Like some of the smells and hybrids that he puts together, you can easily just do the fuckboy DNAs that sell a ton of shit, but then you do these limited, very exclusive, very rare, you'll never smell in your life. Like 100% of you will never get to smell any fragrance in this type of category or style because nobody's realistically spending that kind of money or has the access to spend that kind of money. So it's allowing us who don't have the access into a little bit of a conversational piece of those 1%ers. This is a nice, wearable, classy, gentlemanly scent profile. It's mossy, it's ambery, it's thick, it's leathery, it's luxury in the back seat that you're being driven by a chauffeur. But as far as clubbing, going out, date night, don't really pinpoint to that. This more feels corporate, boardroom, briefcase, no Zoom calls, in-person negotiations. Don't talk to me, talk to my assistant kind of energy. I would rate this fragrance like a 6.5. It's not off-putting, and based on some of the limited, Harrod, or exclusive release clones that I have smelled being inspired by Roja, this is definitely one of the more wearable ones, as some of them are just too opulent and just not up my vibe. So yeah, 6.5 is where I would comfortably say that this fragrance is very unique. And for those who are tired of smelling the redundancy of some of these fragrances, maybe this is something you might want to check out to see how the other side kind of smells or lives or cheats on their wife. I love y'all mother suckers from my heart. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and let me know, have you smelled any of these crazy Roja Haute limited release joints? And if so, which one's your absolute favorite? I would love to smell it, and tell me where I can find it for a discount. I'll see y'all bitches next time. You know who it is, biggest in the game. Smooches.
Fly gun holder, money folder, motor roller, start attack when it's time to call back. For the rough, rugged, and raw way, this nigga Jay, it's a game, but he don't play. Hey, for all the chicks that got dead in the penthouse suite on top of my mom's crib. It's nonsense, you never get in.